Sometimes life does not change because of big actions. Sometimes life changes because of one small step. This is the story of a boy named Ravi and how tiny actions slowly transformed his entire life. Ravi lived in a small village near the Yamuna River. The village was peaceful in the evenings. A warm orange light from the sunset covered the houses, the trees, and the small dirt roads. People sat outside their homes, drinking tea and talking. But Ravi was different from other children. He was a quiet boy, only 14 years old. He walked with his head down and rarely spoke loudly. Ravi always felt small at school. He was not the top student. He was not the fastest runner. He was not the funniest or the most confident. When his classmates talked about their dreams, becoming doctors, engineers, teachers, Ravi stayed silent. Inside his heart, he felt something heavy. He believed maybe I am not good enough for big dreams. Ravi wanted to change. He wanted to study hard and become a better student. He wanted to wake up early, read books, and speak English confidently. So he tried. 1 week he promised himself he would study for 4 hours every day. On the first day he studied 2 hours. On the second day 1 hour. On the third day he felt too tired. By the fourth day he gave up. Another time he decided he would wake up at 4 a.m. every morning to run. He managed to do it for 3 days. On the fourth day, he could not leave his warm bed. He started many things. He also quit many things. Every time Ravi failed, he told himself, I don't have discipline. I don't have strength. I cannot change. Ravi was waiting for a perfect day to begin his new life. But that perfect day never arrived. After school, Ravi always walked home using the same path. On that path was a small old hut, and inside lived Baba Eason, the village potter. Baba Eason was an old man with silver hair and gentle eyes. Every evening he sat by his clay wheel, shaping clay into beautiful pots. One day, Ravi stopped to watch. Baba Eason placed a small lump of clay on the rotating wheel. He pressed the clay gently. Then he shaped it slowly, very slowly. Ravi became impatient and asked, Baba, why don't you make it faster? If you press harder, it will finish quickly. The old man smiled warmly. My boy, appet is not made by force. A pot is made to be patience. He continued shaping as he spoke. Each small movement of my fingers changes the pot a little. Maybe the change is tiny, but after many moments, the shape becomes beautiful. Ravi watched the pot slowly rise higher, smoother, rounder. Something in his heart softened. That night, Ravi opened his school book again. But this time, he did not try to study for hours. He studied for 10 minutes. Just 10. That was all. To his surprise, it felt easy. He did not feel stressed or tired. The next day, he studied 10 minutes again. Later after that, he studied 15 minutes. He smiled to himself. The simple maybe he can continue. Soon he began to make other small changes. Waking up 5 minutes earlier, reading 2-3 pages of a book every day, learning 3 new English words, helping his mother for 5 minutes in the kitchen, writing 1 sentence in his notebook every night. They were all very small actions, so small that nobody else noticed. But Ravi felt something new inside him. Asmal quiet confidence. 30 days passed. Ravi looked back and was shocked. 10 minutes of study became 1 hour. 3 pages of reading became 2,530 pages. 5 minutes of waking early became 30 minutes. 3 new English words became 100 new words. Bobby was not trying to be the best. He was only trying to be better than yesterday. And that made all the difference. One afternoon his teacher called him. Ravi, I have seen your progress. You are growing every week. We need someone to represent our class in the school speech competition. Would you like to try? Ravi froze our speech on stage in front of the entire school. His hands started shaking. But then he remembered the potter's lesson. Small movements, small changes. 1 simple action every day. He took a slow breath. Yes, I will try. On the day of the competition, Ravi's legs felt weak. His heart was beating so fast the thought everyone could hear it. Before going to school, he ran to Baba Ishan's hut. The old man was shaping another pot. Abba, Avi whispered, I am scared. What if I make a mistake? What if everyone laughs at me? I don't think I am good enough. The potter wiped his hands and placed them gently on Ravi's shoulders. My boy, listen to me. You don't need to be better than others. You only need to be better than the Ravi of yesterday. He lifted the half-finished pot. Look at this. It is not perfect, but it is better than it was 5 minutes ago. Life is the same. We grow a little at a time. Ravi closed his eyes and breathed deeply. The school hall was full. Students were talking loudly. Teachers walked around checking the microphone. When Ravi's name was called, a hush fell over his body. His palms were sweaty. His heart felt like a drum. Bute stepped onto the stage. The bright lights warmed his face. He looked at the audience. Then he remembered his journey. 10 minutes of study, 3 pages of reading, 5 minutes of waking early. Small actions, small improvements. Every day he began speaking. At first his voice shook, but slowly it became steady. He told a simple story, his story. He spoke about failing many times, that he spoke about wanting fast results. He spoke about feeling small. Then he said, I learned something from an old potter in my village. Big success is not mad to be big actions. It is made by small steps repeated every day. The hall became silent. Everyone listened. When Ravi finished, the students clapped loudly. His teacher hugged him. Some students looked at him with new respect. For the first time, Ravi felt proud of himself. That evening, Ravi walked home under the warm golden sky. When he passed by Baba Ezen's hut, the old man held up a beautiful finished pot. Look, Ravi, he said, smiling. Many small touches, one beautiful result. Ravi nodded. I understand now, Baba. He looked at the sky glowing above the village roofs. I don't need to wait for a perfect day anymore. I can start with one small step today. In that day, a new journey began for him. Do not wait for tomorrow. Begin today, even with the smallest step. Thank you for listening to Inner Tales. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another tale that brings warmth, clarity, and a little more light to your inner journey while helping you grow day by day in your English learning.